Ooh, we get to do it to a click. Yes, I'll talk like this. Maegan, what did I miss?
Oh yeah, so I was just telling Brian that on Friday I went to this interpretive dancing class. I can't remember the exact name of it, but it was at the Yoga Underground in Provo, and they do it every Friday, and it's free apparently, because I showed up and I was trying to pay the fee, but she told me that it's free every week. So
Maybe that was only for you.
maybe, but why would that be the case?
I don't know. Because you're lovely.
Oh, well, thank you. No, it was free for everybody.
Okay, so an interpretive dance class.
It was like, that's the wrong
That's
name.
free?
Yeah, but basically we started out journaling. You could like journal whatever you wanted. And I didn't have a journal, so she gave me a pen and a paper. So you can just write down, and then we shared something like vulnerable with everybody. And then we kind of like started, it's like she like turns on music and you just move your body like however feels good to you, and you just like dance. It was like so interesting. I've never done that before.
This was at the Yoga Underground?
Yeah, it's at the Yoga Underground in Provo.
How are they paying their bills?
Well, it's just this class is free. Most of their, because I actually, like, you have to have a membership to do most of their yoga classes. I think they're just like soft launching this class in particular. So yeah, because that's what she was telling me, is that like they're seeing if this is something that they can get a big enough audience for, and then they'll start charging for it.
Okay.
But yeah, because I've gone to their classes, and I actually have like a membership. So I have a membership there. They are like hardcore yogis there.
Oh, really?
They're really, yeah, like they're amazing. All the instructors are incredible. It's like
How's their final Shavasana form?
exceptional. No, but for real,
kidding.
you cannot have phones in there. You can't come or go during the Shavasana, so you don't ruin it for other people.
Yeah.
They have they're like burning incense and like sage to get rid of the bad energy. It's the real deal there.
That's like, I mean, it's not really like it, but it reminds me of this figure drawing session in New York City where they, like, should we shut this door? In New York City where they charge you if you get your phone out during the session.
Oh, really?
You have to pay like $20
What?
each time or something.
That's
And
crazy.
they're like, they don't really like you talk. Well, I'm trying to remember. I think it's pretty quiet through the drawing parts. People talk during the breaks and stuff. But
Wow. Did you pull your phone out?
did I? No.
Oh, good. Yeah.
I don't like to get in trouble.
I'm the same way. You can always tell, like, I don't know why I was going to say this, but like, when like my worst fear is getting in trouble in class.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Have you gotten in trouble in class?
Not like, in like grade school, never in college.
You got in trouble in grade school, and I'm just hearing about it now.
Not like serious trouble, but just like put your phone away, or like stop talking.
Did you have a phone in grade school?
Well, isn't high school grade school?
You're talking about, yeah, I guess. I think of elementary school.
Oh, okay. Well, just like, yeah, I don't know.
Hey, welcome to the Self-Help Hangover podcast. I'm Kirk, and this is Maegan.
We're reading the book You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. We're on chapter 14.
I'm Megan's dad, and Maegan is my daughter. She is...
I'm 24. Or is that what you were going to say?
That's not where I was going with that, but that's good.
What were you going to say?
Megan, I was gonna say you are a little slightly more woo-woo than me, right? Like, or slightly more like New Age, maybe.
I like
Or not.
maybe. I feel like the difference between me and you is that
I go
he
to church
he
sometimes.
goes to church and he believes that there's a God, but he doesn't believe in anything woo woo, which is kind of weird. It doesn't make that much sense to me, but
I don't agree that I don't believe in anything woo-woo.
well, he
I just think the
discards it.
certainty around the language is, and the science, quote unquote, of it is tenuous, or yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's yeah.
Um,
We've had a few fights.
we're gonna get a punching bag and some boxing gloves for this recording studio.
We've actually it would probably be better if we had more
Yeah,
disagreements, but
I know. Seriously, let's get some conflict going here. Well, let's see. So we are on chapter 14. Gratitude, the gateway drug to awesomeness. And I don't have any red marks on the first 3 pages. She quotes Wallace Wattles in The Science of Getting Rich. Have you ever heard of Wallace Wattles?
yeah,
and
I've read The
Getting-
Science of Getting
You have?
Rich. Yeah.
Did I give it to you?
I'm trying to remember. I might have just listened to the audiobook.
Did I tell you to listen to it?
Maybe.
Because that was a huge, I mean, it's a small book, but it was a huge small book for me when I was younger.
Then I probably read it because of you then.
It was very metaphysical.
Yeah.
Like this is how you act and believe in order for something to grow.
Yeah. Yeah, I did like that one.
Anyway, she quotes him saying, quote, "You cannot exercise much power without gratitude, for it is gratitude that keeps you connected with power with a capital P."
Okay, yeah. No, this is actually... Did I talk about this already? About how...
Is this the 3rd time we're covering this episode?
This is the 3rd episode on this chapter. No.
I hope not.
No. But I was trying
What if
to...
we just covered the same episode over and over
Just
again, never
over
remembered
and
it?
over again.
And how long would people keep listening to the podcast?
That would be a good experiment. I feel like I maybe mentioned this before, but I've been trying to feel God lately because I went to church recently because of long story, but I went for one of my jobs, my other job.
Because you work with some residents with that need assistance.
That need
living,
assistance,
right? Like
yeah.
assisted living, and you went to church with one
With
of the
one,
client.
with 3 of them.
Oh, 3?
3, yeah. I mean, 1 or 2 go. Well, anyways, yeah. So I went with 3 of them. So.
I'm gonna need to hear more about that later.
Oh, really? I thought I told you everything about this.
Oh no, you did. Yes, yes.
Okay. So, anyways.
I just needed to be reminded. Okay.
So, yeah. So I went and I was just thinking the whole time about how I was trying to feel God and feel the presence of God. And I've kind of been thinking recently that the closest I get to feeling God is when I feel gratitude about things. That's what feels like God to me. So I don't know, but I'm trying to explore that more because I don't really try to actively feel God like that usually. So I'm trying to kind of think about that more. But anyways.
So do you feel grateful for your old Sunday school teachers?
I mean, I don't have a lot of memories of church that I like to think about. Not that they were bad, but they were just it's just like boring, or like as a kid, or like I just didn't.
But you said that you were trying to think about God, or trying to feel God, because you went to church for work?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Because I never felt like I ever felt God, like growing up, like at church. Like I never had a testimony, and it was always something I felt so guilty about. Like I was always like, I'll eventually get a testimony. Like I'll eventually start taking it seriously or something. But I never felt God, or I never felt like.
So did you feel it when you went to church recently, or did it just made you think about, I want to find some way to feel God?
Exactly, the latter. Yeah, like I was trying to, like, it was just because I was at church, and I was like, I don't know what to do right now, so I'm going to try to feel God.
Oh, so church it just spurred that
Well, it just
desire
felt
in
like
you.
appropriate or something. And so then I was like trying to like kind of like listen to the stuff, and I was like, well, I'm not really. And so then I looked up like a list of things online of like things to be grateful. Oh, some of them were really good. I took a screenshot. I'll have to try to find it. But some of them were very good. And so I was just like feeling very grateful. So I think just like actively feeling grateful helps me feel that.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so here's a question. Do you think that church might be useful because it is a place where you think it might be appropriate for me to use this time to try to think about God?
I absolutely do. Like, because I mean, like, even with me, it was like I was forced to kind of, I mean, I wasn't forced to, but it was just like, well, I'm here. Like, because I mean, I just think I don't have very often that I put aside time to feel spiritual or try to connect with a higher power. I just don't do that, which I wish I did. I say this every episode, but I wish that I meditated.
Oh. Well, let's just open up the episode with that every time, so then we can get it out of the way. I don't really remember you saying it that much. I remember you saying it in one other episode.
No, I swear it's been multiple times. So, anyways, but yeah, I do think that church could for sure be useful for that reason. For people to set aside time to connect with God and to feel God. And I do appreciate that about church.
Hey, well, if you ever want to go to church together, to any church you want to go to, I'll go with you. But you're always working on Sunday with your clients.
Yeah, but I could maybe like, I don't know. We could figure it out because I would like to. That would be cool.
And what else was that? There was something brilliant that brought up, and I can't remember what it was.
Did it have to do with your phone? You're like pulling something up?
No. It was, come on. It's brilliant. It's coming.
This is what I say every time I forget what I'm going to say.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I'm sorry. Did it have to do with...
Oh, no, I was going to say, I just recorded an episode. I was a guest on another podcast. I think the title is Mormons in Media.
Okay.
With Rebbe Brassfield. And in that episode, I was talking about how a lot of times at church or, like temple, things like that, I was not inspired. Well, the inspiration that I received was reactive inspiration. Like, this is not the way that I would do it if I were organizing this, or this is not how I would depict Adam and Eve if I were, like that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
So I received lots of inspiration because I was sitting there and thinking about how things should be rather than how they are.
That's so interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, I just thought that was worth bringing up because I think sometimes we think that we should be inspired and we should feel God in that because of the meeting or, the ritual or whatever. But sometimes it's just the act of putting yourself in a place where you have that time.
Yeah.
And you can actually react against it, right? But still use that as kind of like a catalyst or something that makes you begin to seek God, right?
Yeah,
Anyway,
for sure.
I just thought I would mention that.
No, that's great.
And I really, I find that I like that podcast with Rebbe. She some of the episodes are like about reality TV.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. So she talks about, especially with her producer, the episodes where she's just talking to her producer. Her producer is not LDS, and the producer. So she just talks with her producer about like what's going on in Secret Lives of Mormon Wives and The Bachelor and all that stuff. You might like that podcast.
I would probably like it. What's it called?
I like it because then I don't actually have to watch all of those. I can just kind of get like a quick overview. Mormons in Media, I think is the
media. Okay.
Anyway, we have plugged so many other places. They should be paying us. Yoga Underground, $12.
For real.
Just kidding. You gave Maegan free classes, so that's a good trade.
I do love that place though. They're incredible.
Okay, but here's my question that I wrote in red on these pages here. Well, let me read a quote and then I'll tell you what I wrote. Quote, "The more consistently you stay in gratitude and focused on that which is good, the stronger your connection to source energy is." And that source energy is capitalized. So I think that it's kind of like God. Sorry. I really messed up what was a quote, what's not. The more consistently you stay in gratitude and focused on that which is good, the stronger your connection to source energy is, and the more quickly and effortlessly you'll be able to manifest that which is unseen into your reality.
Yeah, that's interesting. I get what she's saying. So yeah, if you're being in gratitude, the more you're in gratitude, the more you're connected with your higher power. It's an interesting idea for sure. I've been thinking a lot about like, this sounds dramatic, but the human experience and feeling all the feelings that you're supposed to. And sometimes I feel like, not that you're supposed to, but I feel like sometimes when I'm trying to force positivity, it's not the most productive thing to do.
Because you've got to feel the feelings that you're feeling, right?
Yeah,
you got to let them go through you.
Yeah. So I try not to do that, but that's just me personally. I try to feel every feeling so that I can get rid of it as fast as possible if it's a bad feeling, but I just could see how this could lead to having toxic positivity in a way.
Okay.
Like trying to force positivity all the time.
Ties in a little bit to what I was wondering about. The thing that I wrote in the margin here is, what about activists? And by that I mean, because it kind of feels like don't bite the hand that feeds you a little bit. But how do we make the world a better place if all we feel and express is gratitude?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if
Absolutely.
we're reliant on the powerful and the powerful are abusing their power, how do we do anything about that?
It's so true. You can't be grateful all the time without kind of ignoring everything that's going on in the world, because there's definitely bad feelings that are good and necessary to feel. And yeah, I mean, it's very privileged to be able to feel positive all the time and to be grateful all the time.
Yeah, I think that that we, if our goal is to be grateful all the time, that we do risk the possibility of ignoring pain, right? Setting pain aside, and particularly the pain of other people.
Yeah.
But also, I look at some of and I wish I had names readily available. When I've heard some of the activists, for example, in the civil rights movement, talk, they oftentimes expressed kind of a gratitude even in their activism. Like, things are not as they should be, and we're going to keep working for those things, and we're grateful for how far we've come. Like, I think there must be some way to kind of couch activism in gratitude. And I think that there might be a lot of power in that. Now, I'm not an expert in that at all. And lately, as I've tried to get myself out of despair, I've probably erred on the side of being too, like, setting us, like, disregarding pain or not speaking up about it enough.
Yeah.
You know. So anyway, this is just something I'm trying to sort through myself. Like, I don't believe that activists are severing their connection to source energy, quote unquote, or
neither.
God, or, you know, like, so how do we do that? That's the question that I'm asking myself. And how can I step more into that place of trying to ease the pain of the world in gratitude, but also maybe in, being bold and direct about it.
Yeah.
In some instances. So I don't know. If you have any insights, let me know.
No, it's so hard to balance those things, I think. So if anyone else has any comments about that, we would love to hear about the balance between activism and gratitude in your own life and connection to God.
Yeah. Okay, this is for Kate. I'm going to say some good things right here. Quote, faith is having the audacity to believe in the not yet seen. Faith, here's another quote. Faith is your best buddy when you're scared crapless. She doesn't say crap. I love that. That reminds me of a quote from Georgia O'Keeffe, which I've probably brought up before, but she's an artist, and she said, there's never been a time in my life when I haven't been totally afraid of doing what I'm doing. I'm just totally slaughtering this quote. Let me pull it up. Georgia O'Keeffe. Quote. She says, I've been absolutely terrified every moment of my life, and I've never let it keep me from a single thing that I wanted to do.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, that's really incredible.
Hi, my name is Curtis Biggs. I'm a trombonist and a composer of contemporary art music, and I teach the low brass studio at Snow College in Utah. I just released a new album of all original music called Wind Meditations. In this album, I use the trombone in creative ways you have likely never heard before to create atmospheric soundscapes. You'll hear me divert the air out of an attached tube instead of the bell to create haunting, distant melodies. I play the bell section of the trombone without the slide attached to create the T-horn, sounding something like a cross between a French horn and euphonium. I use multiphonics, singing through the instrument while playing, in combination with the wah-wah mute to make a sound reminiscent of overtone singing. And in the title track, I use a combination of techniques, including circular breathing, playing a continuous drone while I sing a melody I heard in the wind while driving through Utah's Echo Canyon. Wind Meditations by Curtis Biggs is available on all streaming and download platforms, and is also available for download at curtistrombone.com. You can read more about all these pieces and find links to the album on my website as well. That's curtistrombone.com. You can also find me on Instagram and YouTube at Curtis Trombone. I'm a member of the American Composers Alliance, and my published scores are available at composers.com.
So I love that. I love that. Okay, now here is another one. I don't know. I just have underlined parking spaces. One example that she gives is her ability to find good parking spaces. Did you say Grandpa did?
Yeah, Grandpa always did this. He always could find a good parking spot. That was like a thing that he always could do.
I mean, I think that's fairly benign, I guess. It's nice to be able to get a good parking space. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking when I underlined that, other than like, is that the sign that the universe is looking out for you if you get a good parking space? Oh, what did I write here? I can't even read my own writing. Oh. I really truly believe this. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, she just has like 2 paragraphs about how she's really good at getting parking spaces. And I'm always excited that somebody always pulls out right when she needs them, and then she goes in. And yet, she says, as consistently as this happens, I'm still always so excited when it does. I never take it for granted, and I am a gratitude machine before, during, and after my guaranteed excellent parking adventure.
I can see where she's coming in the way that she's saying that no matter how, I think something I kind of think about sometimes is that we sometimes take the mundane things for granted. And I think of 2 things. One thing is I try to be grateful every day, not every day, but like I try to be grateful that my car is working and that my laptop charger is working. Because whenever my laptop charger breaks or my car has problems, I'm like, I'll never take it for granted again when it's not having problems.
Yeah. Yeah, those are both about 2 things working for you, right?
Yeah.
And it makes me think about health. When I'm sick and then I get better, I'm like, oh man, this is wonderful. I'm never going to take this for granted again. And then of course I do, but also I think generally I'm grateful for my good health. You know? So the thing about this, and maybe this makes me intolerably, I don't know, just like the worst person to hang out with, like a buzzkill. But this parking thing, it's competitive, like it is a zero-sum game, or it's at least an economic game where there's a limited amount of spaces.
Yeah.
If you're getting the best space, that means some old lady has to park 3 aisles down.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And so in that way, you're this kind of putting energy towards this is putting energy towards like privileging yourself above others. It's a tiny, stupid little thing, but but Jesus says that God makes the rain come down on the wicked and the just.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. That's what I don't get it. I mean, I don't. It bothers me a little bit.
I can see.
And again, if it doesn't bother you, more power to you. I hope you'll still come to my next party, and that we'll be friends.
Oh boy.
But that's where I'm at. It just seems, anytime it's like God is privileging me. In fact, and I know that I have friends and family that always had this kind of motto that I don't love as much as I did when I was younger, and that is that I am blessed and highly favored. I am blessed and highly favored. Now, it's true that you could adopt that in a non-competitive way. Like, I am blessed and highly favored, and so is everybody else. But favored implies
implies that
other people are less favored.
Yeah.
Right. So while this was used kind of as a motto that kept us mindful of the presence of God in our lives, right? I am blessed and highly favored. But I don't like it for that reason. Favored, like, may God favor us all equally, right?
Yeah.
That's my current feeling about it. So, and it just seems like the parking space is a little bit similar to that.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay. So her first recommend for gratitude is to say, this is good because. This is good because, like, my car broke down. This is good because now I will have time to talk to this person who's in the car with me and get to know them better. That is a lot like the scripture that all things work for good for those that love the Lord in the New Testament. All things work for there's different translations, and I'm sure I'm not getting it perfectly, but basically, if you love the Lord and you're called according to God's purpose, that all things work for your good. And I think that that's attitudinal. Like, and I would also say that some things are crappy. You know?
I think that all the time. Sometimes something just bad happens and I'm like, there's no way that this is happening for a reason. Like, I'll like stub my toe and then like rip my pants or something. And like, I'm just like, this is crappy.
So I agree with you. I was just imagining your toe being stubbed by your pants as they rip down. But anyway, was that all one thing or was that two different things?
I don't think that's ever.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's possible for something to not be for a reason and for you also to decide that it's good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I do.
Like, this is good because now I can get new pants.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't God's intention for this to happen. It's just part of life. And I can make lemonade out of lemons. You know?
I know. That's something I think about all the time is if everything truly does happen for a reason or if just some things just happen. Because I think some things just happen and there's not like... I just like... can't think of a reason why they would happen. I don't know. I just think about this a lot with like everything that happens throughout the day.
Yeah, we live in a universe that is moving all the time. Things are falling apart. We're building them back up. Like, it really depends on what kind of view, but even from like an LDS gospel view, agency is a big part of it. Not everything necessarily has to have meaning. We do stuff because we're alive, and sometimes that stuff's bad, and sometimes it's good, and sometimes things fall apart, and it's just part of how things are, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so her first suggestion was, say, this is good because. And the second suggestion was, write your thank you notes. Write your thank you notes. What do you think about that?
That's, I think that's super cool. I would like to do that sometime. I think that would be a good thing for me to like, because I always try to sit in gratitude, but sometimes it's like my mind gets distracted. So it would be good to write a physical note, like thank you for this, or thank you. We kind of did like something similar to
With
that.
Texts?
Oh yeah, we did the text thing, but also with my dad had an art show with an altar that, not an altar, but a big statue that you could write a little scroll that was well, like thanking God for something about your life, right?
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Yeah. I was going to bring up both of those things too. Yeah, so because gratitude has been on my mind, and I told my therapist that I would have a daily gratitude practice. So for a while I was texting the family, today I'm grateful for this.
Yeah, I liked that. I liked when you did that.
Yeah. And then you would immediately respond, today I'm grateful for this. So yeah, that was really nice.
It was
and
fun.
Then, but then also the art show was about gratitude. It's based on the hymn, Come Thou Fount of Every Blessing. And it says, here I raise my Ebenezer, which is a stone of help. So I made these stones that kind of look like resin with praying hands inside.
He was so proud of them.
Oh man, it was so much work to get those. It was a lot. The resin was expensive. It was very messy. And it was very, it had a lot of attitude. Like the material itself. I would mix things and I would need to wait for it to firm up a little bit, and then the mix would go bad and it would firm up in a second, like hours before it was supposed to.
Oh, wow.
So I wasted a lot of material, and I ended up we cleared out every Michael's on the Wasatch Front of this specific.
Are you serious?
I'm totally serious. So I sent Bridget the first 5 days before the show to clean out like lower, like point of the mountain and below. Then the next day I sent Brian to clear out Salt Lake Valley. And then the night, like 2 nights before I was delivering it, which it needs that much time to cure, I drove up to Bountiful and then across to Park City to get the last 2 of these things within reach that night.
Wow. That's
so yes,
insane.
I am freaking proud of those stones.
Oh, boy.
Anyway, all that to say, gratitude. Yes. Now I can get the people who, we live in a pretty divided community, in terms of who God is, how God interacts in our life, if there is a God, etc. And so I have a lot of friends that are done with church. And I just want to say that, as far as that art installation goes, even if your concept of God was very different, maybe that there is no God and that it's your own grit that gets you as far as you've come, or maybe it's the community around you that you see as God or as what has brought you as far as you have. I would want those people to be able to write a note and put it in the sculpture, because because of gratitude, because we have arrived at this point due to grace, whether it's God's grace or the grace of people around us or grace to ourselves.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't know.
Did you read the scrolls?
I haven't read any of them.
Are you
no.
going to?
I will probably read a few. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. I wonder
Yeah,
if
I might even
choose mine.
post a few with if there are names. I would block those out because I
Yeah.
don't really want to.
I didn't put my name on mine, so.
Okay, and then the last of her suggestion is to love yourself, and actually that's the last suggestion every chapter.
Yeah.
Her closing.
Yeah, she
suggestion
always
is
says
to
that. Love yourself.
How long have we been going, Bri?
38 minutes.
Okay, should we squeeze in another chapter
Yeah,
here?
let's do it.
Forgive or fester is chapter 15.
Forgive or fester.
And yes, let's see. Forgive or fester. Holding on to resentment, she said. Oh, let's see. Actually, she says, the moment you decide to forgive and let your negative feelings melt away, you are on the road to freedom.
So, okay. So this is about forgiveness. So,
Yeah.
starting to get to that time of day
Holding on. What time of day?
where it just doesn't register.
Holding on to resentment is like taking poison and waiting for your enemies to die.
Yeah, I can agree. Well, yeah, so I think if this is something I feel like I was taught in church. If you don't forgive, you're just hurting yourself and you're not hurting the other person. I feel like that's a very Mormon thing that I learned growing up.
Okay.
Do you agree with that? I feel like I learned
Yes,
that.
I do. And I also, they're almost always in this topic in church or wherever it's brought up. Well, does that mean that you need to give that person another chance to hurt you again?
Yeah.
Forgiveness is not the same as what?
As enabling, maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So it's okay to forgive somebody and put up boundaries that you might need, or
and it's okay not to forgive right away. I think it's okay to feel sad or angry, and I think that's kind of an important part of processing those feelings in order to achieve forgiveness.
yeah. Yes, a big hot topic in church circles right now is abuse, right? Like forgiveness of an abuser should probably not mean putting that person in a situation where it's easy for them to abuse.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so her suggestions for this are: 1, find compassion. Imagine the person you're resentful of as a little kid.
I've heard controversial things about this too.
Okay, tell me what you've heard.
Well, because I feel like there was a big trend going on where it'd be like, whenever I'm like mad at someone, I envision them as a kid or something. But it feels a little manipulative to me, just because, I mean, it's like, yeah, everyone was a little kid at some point, but like we all grew up and like learned things.
So people shouldn't get a free pass.
Yeah,
Is
well,
that
it's
what you're
like
saying?
using like an emotional response of like seeing someone as a little kid to like manipulate you out of feeling a certain way.
Okay. Well, can you feel a certain way and imagine that they are acting out of fear or, a lack of knowledge or, something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can for sure.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. It might be useful. It might not be useful. I'd be interested to explore that more. Maybe on our own time.
Yeah.
2, erase the other person from the equation. I have 2 big question marks right next to that. It seems like it had different applications in different paragraphs. So, imagine, I don't know. She says, imagine if you have 2 employees who don't show up. You can imagine that one of them blows you off because they're hungover, but the other found out that their mother suddenly died and had to go to the airport, forgetting to call you in her emotional haste. I'm not sure what she's saying there. Like, you can reframe it in your own head, what the reason is that somebody harmed you.
Yeah, or if you're actually supposed to get the information why or something. I'm not really sure either.
Yeah, but if you get the information, then you might actually find out that they blew you off because they're hungover.
Yeah.
But maybe that's what you're supposed to do. Or maybe you're just supposed to not get the information and assume that everybody had a tragedy. That
I don't know about that, because I feel like it's okay to be mad at people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think you should go around just trying to, like, not be mad at people and making up these stories in your head. I don't know how useful that really is.
Yeah. Okay, so that was the first way to apply it. The second way is, imagine you're on a boat and another boat comes up and scratches your boat, but there's nobody in it. I don't get this one. I don't get this one either.
Me neither.
If you have nobody to be angry at, she says, it's hard to be angry. Yeah, I don't know. That one's that whole section's confusing. Okay, 3, decide you'd rather be happy than right. Silence.
This is interesting. I feel like I have a problem sometimes in relationships where I need to be right. And don't you have this problem too?
Maegan, I'm right about this, and I don't have a need to be right. What are you talking about?
I thought you said something about this, like needing to have control.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the biggest revelations through therapy, couples therapy with Mom, was that we were in a struggle for control too often, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And so sometimes it's like, I don't need to decide which way we're going to go to where we're driving tonight. I'll accommodate your, your desire in that. Like, it's not something that I need to fight a battle over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so yes, I don't know. Did you want to say more about yourself in that, Maegan? So we don't have to talk about me? Just
I just feel like sometimes it is like I just have to take a step back and be like, okay, I don't have to always be right. And like I can get pretty butthurt if I'm not right. So I'm trying to work on that.
Okay. Way to work on yourself.
Thank you.
Okay, her 4th suggestion is to look at it from all angles. I think that's a great one. You think about what other people are experiencing, how are they viewing it. That is, kind of the underlying the underlying principle of the golden rule is you have to understand somebody else's perspective in order to understand how to treat them. And so if you're upset at somebody for something, what is their angle on it? Okay, 5, have a total crap fit. She doesn't say crap. But this is what you're talking about. It's okay to be mad,
This is like me every time I get mad. I have like a total breakdown.
Really?
Of like being like really mean.
I haven't noticed that.
I guess this is more like in my relationships. I don't really do this
You don't
with
have a
other
relationship
people.
with me?
Well, I like romantic relationships.
I do remember that one time when I made you really mad, and I brought you some Indian food.
I know, I did
at
feel
school so that you
bad
wouldn't
about
hate me
that.
anymore.
I'm sorry. That's so sad.
No, that's okay. It also reminds me of Mr. Rogers. It seems like Mr. Rogers had a song where he talked about pounding some clay or some dough.
Oh, interesting.
So Mr. Rogers was like, you got feelings, take it out on the Play-Doh, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, her sixth suggestion is remember that you won't even remember this. I don't know. I can remember a lot. I can hold a good grudge if I want. It's easy for me. I'll tell you what it's easy for me to do. It's easy for me to forgive and say, yeah, I don't want to like talk about this or dwell on it or feel hard feelings, but also I don't need to be exposed to that person ever again.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's easy for me to say that, and sometimes I probably need to push myself a little bit on like it's also okay to reestablish some of these relationships. So yeah. 7, forget about it. Forget about it. Once you've truly forgiven someone, wipe the slate clean. She says sometimes we're just waiting for those people to make us mad again. So, which means we're in the forgiveness light stage. We're still holding on to some resentment or just waiting to be offended again. That's an interesting observation. I think that's a good observation.
Yeah, I can relate to that a lot. I for sure do that where I'm am trying to almost find something they're doing to make me mad.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that's something that I want to work on.
Okay. So we've covered 2 chapters in this episode, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those 14
How long
and
have we been
15?
going?
49 minutes.
That's not bad. So maybe we should... Is there anything else you want to say about these 2 chapters, Megan?
I don't think so.
Okay, for the sake of moving things forward, you're encouraged to rate, review, subscribe. We love you. Thanks for listening to our podcast. Add Self-Help Hangover on Instagram. Megan will add you back. If you want to advertise on our podcast, we're looking for our next advertiser for $12. $12. Gonna get it $12? $12. Is there anything else we need to mention before we close up?
I don't think so. We have a Patreon, so if you want to look in our bio, in the link tree, there's a link to the Patreon.
Do you have any new yoga videos on YouTube or anything?
I think I announced the last time I had one come out, but I do have one that's relatively recent. So yeah, go look at my YouTube is Meg's Fitness. It's also linked in the bio of my own personal Instagram, which is just megs.fitness. So if you're interested in doing any of my yoga videos, go check them out.
How many do you have up now?
I have like 6, I think.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And the videographer is our cousin or your cousin.
My cousin Julia Tolk. Her Instagram is at Artsy Jules. She is amazing. So she's incredible.
Cool. All right. Thanks. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.